try to be brief, to the point, and the fair share of understanding of what ports, infrastructures, and shipping means to the country. It's essential to us to understand where we come from. We come from commerce through the seaways from the ancient days until today. This is what we was, how we're making our living, and we've seen that through the decades and the centuries. Many things have changed: technology, the way we travel, means of transportation, but the basic idea is the same. The country or the city, the country, the company, the interest that controls ports and ships through the seaways controls the biggest, the vast majority of the goods being traveled around the world. So actually the real economy. In terms of global commerce, this is more than 80%, maybe even 90% of the goods being transferred. If you take into account that Greek ship owners own 21% of the global fleet, more than 70%, 60% of the European fleet, and more than 70% of the goods being transferred around the world, you do understand the power, the economic power, the growth power in terms of what a small country like Greece represents, since we are only 2% of Europe's GDP. And then in that sector, we're dominant. We got major investments, and this is something that we should take into account in terms of cooperating or going out to the world and offering stuff in order to get things back. Let's talk about our ports. The port of Piraeus is a key factor in terms of how the East meets the West. Yes, of course, we're happy with the investment being made for many, many years from COSCO, but I feel there's a lot of room forward to push forward and to engage in win-win decisions in terms of investing in the port, and especially in the part that Greeks see and visualize every day, which means the actual transportation part of the port. But isn't Thessaloniki very, very important? Of course, by all means, when I was Minister of Tourism, we had one cruise ship per year. When I left the Ministry of Tourism, we had 100 cruise ships per year. And there is huge room for investments there. And I think that the whole economy of the Central Macedonia and Thessaloniki should be rebuilt in terms of the big coalition between the port and the city. But also, during our recent time and geopolitical, geostatistical reasons, isn't the port of Alexandroupolis important? Hasn't it been proved that in terms of shifting from the north to the south and from the south to the north energy, the port of Alexandroupolis is crucial in terms of the investments being made there and the reversal of the flow of natural gas and electricity from the south to the north in terms of this key sector of the world. And then again, the big investments that have already been made in the port of Souda in Crete, and what it means in terms of the Western world being able to have a forefront in the southeastern part of the Mediterranean Sea. These are just the 3 or 4 examples of what infrastructure means to us, means to global shipping, and how we should keep on pushing forward in terms of accelerating the investments necessary in the country in order to be able to grow. And when we grow, more job opportunities, it's the better average of living of the middle Greek family, and this is the interest of the government, and this is the interest of the country, and the interest of the private sector also.
Thank you. Can I just ask quickly before we move on, if you could just update us a little bit about the plans, the privatization plans for Thessaloniki and Volos ports? What's happening? Or am I behind? Have I missed the news?
No. You're not in front and you're not behind. It's, the rules of engagement are simple. As far as I'm concerned, the Prime Minister is concerned, and it has been a big honor appointing me Minister of Naval Affairs. The rules apply for everybody, and they're plain, simple, and clear for everybody. We seek investments. We want clarity in the pipeline of steps made in order to be able to conclude investments that are going to be win-win for local societies also, and will boost forward and provide new opportunities for the country, but for global shipping also. So this is where we stand and where we are. And this is my comment.
Okay, thank you.
The evolution in terms of trade, in terms of logistics, in terms of maritime seas, yes, definitely. For example, unfortunately, we have to push forward with the tenders in the Ministry of Maritime Affairs as far as drones, satellite images, in terms of security, cameras, infrared, 24/7, and unify that under AI in terms of being able to actually patrol our 18,500 miles of maritime borders. Since it's not just the sea, it's our borders. And of course, it's Northern Macedonia, not Macedonia, my good friend. So in terms of that, yes, we seek to be able to use new technology in our favor. Actually, we did it with the Aegis program in terms of civil protection. Had the honor of being able to conclude that. 1,900,000,000 euros of tenders that are concluded within the 15 months that preceded, and we're very optimistic in order of being able of using new technology in our ports as part as the Coast Guard, but in the part of the commercial part of the ports also. But that does not mean that you diminish the working positions and the possibility of young Greeks being able to be involved in terms of something that is very prosperous as far as I'm concerned. We talk about Greeks, girls and boys, that aim at jobs of 700, 800 euro, 900 euro, 1,000 euro, while on the contrary, in my field, there are well-paid jobs, great opportunities for the new generation. Very important to push them forward through our universities and through our colleges and through our public opinion in this vast majority of job opportunities in the sector that can provide for a young Greek or a young European a big amount of money in a short while and fulfill their dreams and their hopes.
Thank you.